this last week has been crazy and great, but like a really great crazy. Like it's been so fun. All right, Carter, is it your first day of school?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a lot of things happened for each one of us this week. So, you know, anyways, but it was really great. So the first thing is Scott and I started French lessons, and we are meeting with a local Moroccan, and she's asked that I don't share any photos or videos of her or her home, which makes me really sad because she's an amazing woman and is super fun. The French lessons are so fun too that I was really hoping I get to share some of my French lessons, but she's asked me not to, and I totally respect that. So just believe me when I say it. French lessons are fun and she's awesome, and I'm trying to learn. I am not confident in myself and the pronunciation, you know, just trying to get out of my mouth. I can understand the reading and the writing of it, and that's much easier for me, but just trying to get it out of my mouth, I just hesitate, and I just feel like when I do try to speak French, no one understands me. And I'm like, okay, it can't be that hard. But anyways, I'm learning and I'm so excited about French lessons. So Scott and I started. I go to French lessons on Monday and Wednesday, and Scott goes on Tuesday, Thursday, and it's just an hour long, but because of where we live and where she lives, we go to her home for the lessons, and it's about a 20-minute walk, or really it takes 20 minutes whether we walk or take Woo, sorry about that. Silly was using a dry erase marker on our white bed. She wasn't drawing on the bed yet. She was drawing on her book, but it very easily could have gone to the bed very quickly. So, disaster avoided. Okay, anyways, so yeah, so it's about a 2-hour commitment out of our day, and it's really good though, and we're both really enjoying it. And Scott and I try and quiz each other, practice in the evenings, and when we're at home, Scott's way better at this than I am, but at home he tries to talk to me in French, you know, just kind of starts conversations like, oh, bonjour, and I'm like, oh, we're just having a, you know, a conversation in French right now, great. So anyways, but it's fun, and yeah, so we're doing that. And then Carter started preschool. Like, what the heck? I didn't even think that was gonna happen while we were here. And so it was just so random and fast. So what happened was Monday at my French lesson, I was asking the teacher, I just had this thought come to me, how I would really like it if Carter was exposed to, you know, trying to learn French, anything like that. And so I asked, is Daddy coming? Okay. He's not coming yet. To go unlock the door for him. Yeah, they're gonna come eventually, huh? But I just had this thought that it would be great if Carter could be exposed to some sort of French lesson. And so I asked the teacher, I said, do you have any experience teaching young kids? And she's like, oh yeah, I've taught like 18-year-olds. I'm like, no, I mean like younger, like my 4.5-year-old. You know, I was curious if you could maybe teach him some French or something, I don't know. And she's like, oh gosh, she's like, well, I've never done that before, so I can't tell you that I'd be comfortable doing it because I've just never done it, so I've never had to prepare for that or anything. And so I said, oh, okay, that's fine. She's like, but my neighbor has a preschool, and it's all local Moroccans, and they teach them French in the preschool, so we could go by there after your lesson and see if you can bring your son to preschool there. And I'm like, okay. So that's how it happened. We went over to the preschool right after our lesson, and the teacher, her name is Nora, and she's just adorable. She doesn't speak any English, and so my French teacher had to translate for me and Nora back and forth. Good job, Zelly. About Carter and going to class and stuff. And so it was super great though, and she was like, yeah, no problem, bring it by whenever you'd like. You know, we're open these times, so anytime and then. So we came up with the schedule. He goes Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to noon. All right, Carter, is it your first day of school?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you doing now?
It is raining.
What's that?
So we'll probably just take a taxi to his
Hi,
little
Dawn.
preschool.
Rock.
But yeah. Are you gonna make some new friends?
Uh-huh. I'm gonna learn French.
Yeah. I'm gonna teach you some French, huh?
Bonjour.
Oh, great job, bud. None of the teachers that I know of, nor the students, I'm assuming, since they're probably all Moroccan, speak English. So, yeah, so it'll be an experience for us. Are you nervous, bud, or are you excited?
He's excited.
Yeah, you love school, huh? You love learning.
What?
I'm getting taxis.
Well, just look to the left and right.
What?
Look to the left and right. In case there's any attack.
Allons. C'est. 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 Seconde.
Mon école est fort jolie. Selon mon dit à l'abri. Selon mon dit à l'abri.
So I just dropped Carter off at preschool. I got to sit with him for about half an hour to help him just get comfortable and see if he liked it. And it was really fun. And I think he liked it. He said he liked it, and he said he was okay that I left. And yeah, I think it'll be really fun. They are teaching French. They're teaching all the kids French because all the kids' main language is Arabic. And so everyone's learning French. Carter's just right there with him. And it was so cute, and he was so excited, and I think he'll do really good. So I was really nervous to drop him off, and he's just never gone to a preschool or anything before. So I was super nervous for him, but he was really excited to go, and he's doing great, so I'm happy for him. And then I went to a shop and bought an umbrella because it is raining a lot. And we didn't have one. So now I'm prepared to just walk, and I'll go pick him up in a little bit. On my way to pick Carter up, I was so excited for him starting school that I went and I got him his own new little notebook and pencil and sharpener and eraser. I got him a little snack at the bakery too. So I hope he had a good time while I was gone. I'm excited to get him. How was school?
Good.
Yeah? Did you learn anything? I got you a treat. I got you a snack. Here. There you go.
Yummy.
What did you learn at school? Yeah? Did you learn a lot of new things in French? Did you make any new friends?
Everyone tried to get me to play with them, but I was really nervous about playing.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Being nervous is totally normal, huh? Because this was your first day. Do you want to go back?
Now?
No, on another day. Do you want to go back to school on another day? What? What else happened this week? Scott started teaching English classes to like local Moroccans. Like, it was the craziest thing. So a couple weeks ago we heard about English classes going on in the Medina, and there was another teacher, and but the guy who I mentioned before, Moisin, he started all these, and he just invited us. He's like, hey, I'd love to meet you. Come to our class on Thursday. So we went to class on Thursday, and he already had a teacher, and she's awesome. And so we just went and kind of would greet the students and, help out with the lesson at all if she ever had other questions, or, just, we were just there to be a part of it and to help. And so we were doing that for a few weeks, and we were really enjoying that. And then the teacher had to leave. She is from the UK, and she had to leave because her mom is having health issues. And so Moisin just said, hey, you guys want to teach? And I was like, I could probably teach. Yeah, like I could kind of do the same thing as this other teacher. I've never done it before, but yeah, I could do it. And Scott's like, yeah, I taught English classes a decade ago. We found I'm pretty sure it was like 10 years ago. He taught some English classes to Spanish speakers, and so he's like, yeah, we'd be excited to help out and step in and do that. So I definitely let Scott do the first one. I was like, you take this on, I'll watch and learn from you. And yeah, so we went on Thursday, and Scott just like blew me out of the water. Like everyone just loved him. He was so funny. He picked awesome topics and vocab and just themes to teach on that was just really relatable with the students. And the students' ages, they're like teenagers. That's probably the closest, yeah. So, but it was just so fun. And yeah, we see them around town now, and they recognize us and say hi and practice their English when we run into them in town. And it was just such a fun experience to see Scott just really like do so amazing teaching English classes. Like, I don't know, I'd never seen him like that. Like he was awesome. He was in his element, and he just was such a good teacher, and he had so much fun. And afterwards he's like, oh, I'm kind of like shaking. I was so nervous. I'm like, I had no idea you were nervous. You didn't play off being nervous. Like, I was so jealous. I am not a good teacher. I'm never good in front of crowds, ever. It doesn't matter what it's about. And yeah, he just did so stinking well. It was awesome. So we're excited. He's doing it every Thursday from now on. And I don't know if I'll teach it. I don't know. It just seems so hard, and I'm just not a good teacher. But and Scott's really awesome. He like included me in the thing, in teaching, just asking me questions and giving my opinion, and reaching out to the kids too. So I'm happy to do that. So very happy to do that and just be a part of the group. And Scott can be the main teacher, always.
Sport. 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 Yeah, there you go. Hobby.
Hobby.
Travel.
Travel.
Conversation.
Conversation.
What do you like?
I like to listen to music.
I like to listen to music. Great. What do you like?
In my free time, I like to play video games.
Video games. Okay. What do you like?
I like games.
You like games. Perfect. What's your favorite music?
Guitar.
Guitar music. Who is your favorite band or musician?
Black key.
Black Keys. Okay. All right. Definitely my son. What is your favorite music?
I don't know because I listen to music.
All the music. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But one thing is, you might have noticed on Instagram, we were able to donate some school supplies to help with the classes.
Give
All
me
right.
one.
Yeah.
Give me one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Who is your favorite, or what is your favorite music? Rap.
And this isn't an established school or anything. They call them street English classes or English street classes, because it's just a local Moroccan, Moisin, who started these last year, and he himself just started to teach the English classes, and then he reached out to expats who live here and asked them to start teaching different nights of the week to the different ages, and it's just evolved into this awesome group. One thing they're really needing are chairs. Most of the students have to stand for over an hour for the classes because they just don't have enough chairs for everyone to sit. What Scott and I are doing right now is wherever we're out and about and we have, you know, our budgeted money for a meal or, you know, snacks or whatever it is, activities, we'll look at it and we'll say, hey, we could, you know, get this extra thing at dinner, or we could set that money aside and put it towards buying a chair for the English class. And so that's what we're doing, and we are just trying to set aside just a little bit of money a day to put towards buying chairs, and we're going to start helping Mohsin get some more chairs in his class so that the students don't have to stand for the hour. And the kids are such awesome sports to even come when they know that there's not chairs. So they just come and they're willing to stand for an hour because they want to learn English, and it is a social thing too, you know, their friends are there and so it's fun. And I think Scott, everyone's gonna come out for Scott. I would not be surprised if the class size doubles next week because word got around that Scott was awesome at teaching. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be really exciting. But yeah, just kind of was curious if anyone was interested, if I put together like a GoFundMe or something to help donate some money to help us buy chairs for the class, or maybe other materials that they might need as the classes go on and get bigger. Just comment below or something if that's something you're interested in, and let me know, because we're all about supporting Mohsin specifically, you know, especially because he started this from scratch all by himself, and he is just a huge inspiration, a very motivated guy. He's just really great, and we're just so impressed by him and all that he's doing, and we want to help support him and all these students that he has here in the English classes. So that was super fun. Zelly was not like super sad that Carter went to school and she didn't. I think she's just at an age, like, she's pretty shy, and so when we dropped Carter off at school, she's like, where'd Carter go? And I was like, well, Carter went to school. She goes, Zelly go to school? I was like, well, not yet, you know, you're still little. She's like, okay, mommy play with Zelly? I was like, yeah, we're gonna go play now. Now we played mommy's games instead of Zelly's games because we went to the grocery store, but grocery shopping with just two kids, like Zelly and Jameson, instead of Carter, Zelly, and Jameson, oh, like, it was amazing. So super easy, really relaxed, like, it was so great. I loved it. And Zelly was the cutest little helper. She had to pull the little shopping cart around herself, and it was getting so heavy after just like a few things, but she was adamant to pull it around. Was it mom's turn? Okay, come on. Do you need help? Okay, let's go. Can I have a turn? And she was a trooper. She did really well doing it, and she had to put everything that we were buying into the cart, right? So I'd be like, okay, well, I want this. So I would go up to her. She's like, no, Mom. She's very, very polite, but very, you know, stern, like, no, Mom, Zelly, get it. Like, okay. So she'd go up and she'd get it, and she'd put it in the cart, and she finally realized, I guess, actually she was the one who realized it, not me, but she realized that when the cart was upright, it actually had 4 wheels instead of 2. So she was able to have it standing straight up and push it around that way, which was much easier for her. And so she pushed it all throughout the entire store, and then it was time to check out. She got everything out of the basket. She wouldn't let me help, but another woman came over because Zelly couldn't reach the bottom. So another woman came over and was helping Zelly, and was like, thank you, thank you. It was so cute. And yeah, she was such a fun little helper. Yeah? I think, you know, when Carter isn't around, he doesn't kind of overshadow her, because Carter's kind of loud, and I mean, he's 4, right? So he's like excited and a little rambunctious and just very loud, and there's just chill little Zelly. So when Carter wasn't around, I feel like she really just like blossomed and just wanted to help, and she just grew up all of a sudden, kind of. She just was like, hey, Mom, I'm here, I can do it. So it took me by surprise, but it was a lot of fun. Jameson. I should talk about Jameson, the poor little guy. He really just kind of sleeps through everything. Exciting, especially. He started to grab his toes all the time, and he plays with his toes, and he's just the cutest. That's like my favorite thing, just watching him on his back, and he just like laughs and kicks his feet and coos, and then he'll just like swing his legs up and grab his toes and then roll. It is so cute. So that's little Jameson. That was our week. It was super awesome. We were really excited to be here in Morocco. We're really excited to keep going with our French lessons and with preschool. And we're excited to see what else comes our way.